Guys, this is the 2016 Chicago Vintage and Custom Drum Show with Vintage Drum Stock. We'll be back. Hello everybody, Jim MESSINA here once again at the 2016 Chicago and Vintage Drum Show. I'm here with Mike Curotto. Again, let's hear it from Mike. How you doing, my friend?
Good.
All right, always a pleasure being here with you, Mike.
Thank you.
We're going to look at some of the things that you've got this year. Sometimes I can't keep up with you. You know, Mike sends me things all the time. If you go to vintagedrumstock.com, you'll see there's 5 or 6, I don't know, you're on page 7 yet? I'm not
Maybe,
sure.
yeah.
We're just moving right along. And as he acquires these things, he makes a nice article out of them. And I'm so pleased that you send me those finished articles. It works out great. And we've got some of the pictures here. We're going to go over a couple of those things. Some of you may not have seen these yet. So, Mike, let's take a look at something here.
Okay.
Here's an odd snare. Only you can describe it. I don't know what this is. What is this?
Well, I got it probably around 10 years ago, and in the in-between restorations, I pulled it down and took a look at it, and discovered some other things about it. I call it a rat drum.
Okay, that's your own name for it, right?
Rat roadsters, you know, they build hot
Yeah,
rods made
yeah.
out of beer cans and beer tap things, but they're, you know, they run great, but they look all rusty.
I mean, the only thing I recognize is like the strainer, collar hooks.
Right.
What else we got going on here?
Well, the collar hooks are different on top than they are on bottom. And then I noticed, I thought it was a one-piece shell, and they just dug out the middle. It's actually a 5-inch cylinder, you know, and then a top and a bottom of a heavy brass shell that's molded over.
Oh, so it hasn't been like routed out like you
So
thought.
that middle section is not just gouged out. If you take the top and bottom out,
Look at that.
that's just part of the shell, and then the top and the bottom are pieced on to like they cut out the middle of a beaded shell.
Yeah.
Very weird.
And I mean, this is just a custom drum. Is that what it is?
And the strainer, that we know that strainer.
Yeah.
And then,
But you're going to tell the people what it is right now.
It's a P338 strainer. And then the lugs, there's 12 of them. And they've got weird spacing, and they're put together with the butt plates upside down. I left it like that just it was the vibe of the drum. You know? And the lugs, 12 of them, and they're put together with washers and a little spacer.
Yeah. Now I've seen these at the hardware store. These
Allen,
tension rods.
I think they call them Allen.
Yeah, they accept an Allen wrench.
Yeah, well, the top has, let's see, the bottom has regular collar hooks, and the top has different ones. There you go. Yeah, and the Allen tension rods are oversized. They're bigger than regular tension rods. So they're the next step above 1224, whatever that is. And it's just to put together.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because what I know of you, I would never think that you would have something like this, but it just, again, there's being a vintage drum collector, it really is all about a vibe, isn't it?
Just a drum, I just had that rat drum kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So that's why I called it that.
What do we got going on here?
All kind of funky there, all soldered, and, you know. But it's built like a tank. It's actually
I imagine.
That's the makeup of how you hook it to the shell.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. I mean,
what's the origin? Where did this come from?
I got it off eBay many years ago.
Wow.
See the spacer and
Yes.
the washers?
Yes.
Yeah. It had to be that many washers, or it would have been crooked and the tension rods wouldn't fit. So someone thought it out.
It's something when this just strikes your fancy and you got it.
Weird.
If I told somebody today, I guess whose drum this is, they would never say, "Oh, that's Mike Curotto's."
Right.
No, I don't think so.
But it just has that vibe. That's why I liked it.
Yeah, how cool. I think we all have things like that. Now, let's take a look at this drum right here.
I got this off eBay years ago, too. I kind of just sat around because I really didn't do anything. The hardware was really tarnished. I thought it was the deluxe hardware, you know, the copper with the gold lacquer.
Yeah.
So then I started cleaning it, and it really came clean, and it's gold plated.
Did you strip it? Like, did you have your Avenue Garage guys work on it,
all
or
the brown lacquer and everything stripped off, and it's gold plated. So I just clear coated it to save it.
So no need to send it to those guys.
No, I did it. I was able to do it myself.
And all the parts were there. Nothing had to be fabricated.
I put the gut wire on, the gut snares. And
Okay,
the shell is black lacquer. I just cleaned that up. But it's gold. Look at that. That's 90-year-old gold plating.
Jeez, the badge looks good.
Yeah, so I was really happy about that.
Very nice.
All these years, I thought it was just dulled up deluxe copper,
And there was no rust on these tension rods or anything?
No.
Man.
I know, it's just one of those lucked out.
There it is again.
Yeah. Had some gut, snares I put on.
I was going to say, did you have those in your stash?
I don't think it came with any any wires, so I just put them on myself.
I'll be getting a set of those for the do-all that I just got. I'm going to put those on there.
Okay.
I guess.
That's
the interior. Look at that.
Solid maple.
Looking good.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at how they left the glue. They could have cleaned it.
Yeah, I could see that, right.
Would have been way too easy that way. But still, it's what it is.
It is what it is, and wow. All right, now let's see here. I want to see something else that you've got here. You called this super weird.
Super weird.
Super weird. All right. Why is it super weird?
So it was sold to me as a 6.5 by 50, but it's not. It's 6.5 by 14.
Okay.
Which is better.
Before we start, where did it come from?
eBay.
eBay again.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you find a lot of stuff on eBay.
It's been a great treasure trove. So
all right.
The badge is 35. Right, Mark? 35-ish. Yeah.
White badge. Yeah.
Now here's the cool part. It's the classic gold finish, but the shell is it's a 6.5. The lugs are the ones you would use on a 5 by 14.
I was looking at it saying, wait a minute, that's where the weirdness.
Yeah.
To a collector's eye, that's what's weird about it. At least
10 lug.
10
lug.
Anniversary
years, there were 8 lugs, Imperials.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do you explain that?
No, here's the weird. Look where the strainer is. It's in the middle of the drum, where a 5-inch drum would have that. It's not the
is there an explanation for this? I mean, any theories?
My explanation was that Ludwig had a Christmas party, and they had a corner where you could build your own drums.
Could be.
Like build a teddy bear or build a mug.
I'll bet if you talk to Mark Cooper, he could probably tell you what's going on with this drum.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So you see how it's in the middle? It's
yes, look at that.
Lower.
Yeah.
That's how the drum came. Oh, you'll see there's one other factory little anomaly there. Let's see, there's an extra hole.
An extra hole?
That wasn't divulged to me, but it's right near the lever side of the strainer. There you go.
There it is. All right, I see it, yeah. And they didn't tell you about that?
I don't know what happened. They let it go from the factory, obviously. Why would you drill that, unless it was misdrilled and they just didn't care? It's kind of half hidden when you look at it, but it's still an extra hole.
Huh. No, what do you show it here?
And the rings are a little deeper than normal, the re-rings.
What would they normally be?
Yeah. Ooh. Mark
Cooper, what?
Rings, usually about an inch. These are deeper. The re-rings.
The re-rings on this drum.
They're really long. So yeah. So that was a weird part about it.
Okay, yeah.
And then look at the glue rings. They didn't bother to wipe the excess off.
Jeez.
And the inside hadn't been finished. It's kind of rough.
I could see that here.
Yeah, so
it's
the
like
had
saw
a lot
marks.
Of weird stuff about it. But
now I see why you're saying. Look at that.
Misalignment of everything.
So now, when you bought the drum and you saw these things, did you just accept it, or were you did you feel like it had been misrepresented or
I
anything?
checked with Bill Wamster and guys like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of, it was worth hitting because it's so weird. And then
Kind of like the rat drum.
Yeah. It's just I like those weird, one of a kind things.
Hey,
Yeah, this is the show
it's
before
beautiful.
I cleaned it.
Yeah, this is before you cleaned it.
Yeah, before I cleaned it. Maybe after, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just see a little bit of yellow down
maybe,
here, but how
And
cool.
that's the finished product there.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Bright white, looks really good.
I know. It's just one of those, all this leftover stuff.
Ready for the Curotto collection.
There you go.
Man, I'll tell you, Mike, some of these things that you get, everybody knows your story, that you've got just zillions of really fine examples of high-grade collectible drums. But it's funny, Mike is just like all the rest of us. He's got these strange anomalies. The rap drum,
Yeah.
the weird drum. It just, he's the same as us. If the vibe is there, he'll get it, along with all your really top-notch stuff that are museum quality. And, I got to say, we're all brothers in collecting, and that's why these things exist.
I love it.
So, I still say we're all waiting for that second book.
Someday. Oh,
Coming
yeah.
up, okay?
I'm
You
ready
heard
to-
it from Mike right now. It's coming.
It's in
If
my
you-
head right now. I've just got
If you guys had not seen the first book, and many of you may be seeing us for the first time, but Mike has a great book. What's the official name of it, Mike?
It's a vintage drums, the Curotto collection.
Yes.
In the 1900s to 1940s, volume 1.
It's a hardcover book. It's actually a coffee table size book. If you're a young collector and you're getting into it now, that's a book to get. That will make you salivate.
It's actually out of print, but go
Yeah.
to Amazon
they're
or
around.
eBay and you'll see copies
They're
for
around.
10, 12 bucks.
Right.
Brand new.
Pick it up, and we're waiting for that second book.
Oh yeah, it'll happen.
All right, Mike, until we meet again, keep sending me those shots of all your stuff.
All the time.
Mike Curotto, Super Collector. We're here at the 2016 Chicago Vintage and Custom Drum Show. Jim Messina is my name for Vintage Drums Talk. We'll see you guys later.